Hello, 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 beautiful business-minded people. Anak, ito ba ang dialogue natin? No? Sinasabi ba natin na kumikita naman ang mga negosyo ko? Bakit pa ako mag-aaral ulit? MBA lang yan, no? Sinasabi ba natin yan? Pang-corporate naman ng MBA, di ba? Hindi naman yan para sa mga small businesses. Ako, wala naman akong time mag-aral. Yung iba, ito yung sinasabi. Dahil busy na busy ako sa negosyo ko. So now, how many times have we thought this way? Yan, no? Meron ng mga nagsasabi na kumikita na naman kami, Mami N, ng 300k, 500k a month, 1 million a month. Bakit pa namin kailangan bumalik sa school? Ano pa bang matututunan namin? At ang mga teacher naman sa school hindi naman negosyante na tulad namin. Yan ba ang mga tanong natin? So, what if I told you that the most successful entrepreneurs are not just hardworking, pero continuous learners din sila? Sila ay yung mga nag-i-invest sa pag-master ng kanilang mga craft, no, sa negosyo. So, today, anak, we will find out ang answer dito sa question na to. Kailangan ba talaga nating maging master entrepreneur to grow our business? Yan ang tanong, no? And today, we have a very special guest who will answer this question. Someone who helps business owners na tulad natin transform from operators into true CEOs. Yung iba, kaya lang naging CEO dahil sila yung founder. Pero ano ba talaga ang kailangan na gawin natin para lumago yung ating negosyo? So para sa mga bagong viewers natin, since first-timers kayo, I just want to introduce myself briefly. I'm Mami Negosyo. I've been a business owner for more than 40 years, Chowking franchisee for 18 years, STI College licensee for 28 years, plus iba-iba pang mga businesses. I'm now a mentor helping entrepreneurs grow easier and faster. Marami akong mga free resources para sa inyo, no? Napapanood nyo naman siguro ako sa mga social media, in almost all social media under Mami Negosyo. At yung aming website, maminegosyo.com, meron po tayong free starter kit doon. No? So, there are videos there that you can download or you can watch. So, I'm really very, very excited to have our guest today. So, alam mo anak, maraming business owners ang successful na. Kumikita na ng hundreds of thousands, even millions monthly. Pero, at a certain point, parang they hit the ceiling. Hindi na sila makapag-grow. Kasi parang hindi na nila kayang mag-breakthrough to the next higher level. Bakit? Dahil ang pagpapatakbo ng isang negosyo and mastering entrepreneurship are two different things. Hindi pareho. No, at a certain point, kailangan na nating mag-aral pa para lumaki ang ating negosyo. We can move up to the next level. And that's why I'm so excited about today's topic. Dahil ang ating guest will show us the difference between just being busy in our business versus truly mastering how to grow it strategically. And alam nyo ba, anak, etong episode ay extra special for me dahil ang guest natin is not just any entrepreneurship guru. Anak ko rin siya. She's my eldest daughter. But she's also my mentor. At a certain age, at a certain point in my life, hindi ko na alam yung mga napag-aaralan niya. Kaya ngayon, kung meron akong mga business problems, sa kanya ako nagko-consult. Kaya siya ay mentor ko na rin. Pwedeng maging mentor natin yung ating sariling anak. So while she is serving as an entrepreneurship guru for the Ateneo Graduate School of Business, she is also running our family businesses as CEO. So, anak, let's welcome ang panganay kong anak, Prof. Chu Natividad, entrepreneurship guru at Ateneo Graduate School of Business at Rockwell. So, Prof. Chu, welcome!
Good afternoon, Mami N. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yan. I'm so super happy that you are here today to share your expertise with our viewers, Prof. Chu, no? So, Chu lang ang tawag ko sa kanya usually, pero since nandito tayo sa show, allow me to call her Prof. Chu. Before we talk about the Master Entrepreneur Program, can you share with our viewers your own journey? Now, how did you become an entrepreneurship guru and what made you so passionate about helping business owners grow their companies?
Yeah, so thank you, Mami N, for the opportunity to be here and to share my story and giving me a platform on where I can also help other entrepreneurs. So, ako po ay isang second generation na negosyante. Nabanggit na po kanina ni Mami N na ako yung panganay na anak. So, bago po nag-retire si Mami Mami N, sa akin po tinransfer yung negosyo. And at that time, hindi ako sigurado kung entrepreneur nga ba ako. Kasi nasa isip ko, ako po ay empleyado ng mga magulang ko. I was confused. I didn't know if I was an entrepreneur. I myself enrolled in the Master in Entrepreneurship program. So this was way back 2014. And in the 18 months, I discovered that, teka, hindi pala ako empleyado. Negosyante pala ako. Kasi marami pala akong alam. Malikot pala isip ko. Kala ko kasi dati na hindi malikot isip ko, hindi kasing likot ng isip ni Mommy N at kasing likot ng isip ni Papa, my father. Pero apparently, given the right mentors, given the right tools, malikot rin pala ako mag-isip. So, I finished the course and it was a great experience. I learned a lot. Our business, napakalaki ng nag-improvement ng negosyo. Our business grew by more than 100% in 18 months. Considering na nag-aaral ako dito sa Manila, so lipad-lipad ako noon. So, amazing yung growth ng 100%. Then, sabi ko, ano ba talagang gusto kong gawin? Kasi kung tumatakbo yung negosyo, nag-free up yung time eh. Marami namang tao na pwede tayo mag-delegate. So, the Master in Entrepreneurship program gave me the opportunity to teach. And since then, I have been teaching in the program since 2016. So it was there that I saw na marami akong pwedeng matulungan na mga kagaya ko na hindi sigurado kung negosyante nga ba sila, hindi sigurado sa ginagawa nila, hindi sigurado kung tama. So yun, that's how I ended up here, Mami N.
So thank you for sharing that, Prof. Chu. No? It is really amazing to see you grow into what you're doing today. And alam ko na not every day that I tell you this, how proud I am of you. Pero dito, since online tayo, kailangan kong i-express na to. So I'm very, very proud of my eldest daughter at this is super exciting to have her here. Okay, so let's dive in. So my first question is, Prof. Chu, no, maraming na sa ating mga viewers ang meron ng successful businesses. Ang kinikita yung kanilang benta, no? Hindi lang benta, pati income nila, no? Net profit is already mga 300 to 500,000 monthly, no? Tapos iniisip nila, do I really need to go back to school again para mapalaki ko yung negosyo ko? Importante pa ba yung pag-aaral? So can you explain what the Master Entrepreneurship Program is and who should consider joining?
One of the things that we are taught in the Master in Entrepreneurship Program is make yourself obsolete every day. This was from one of the founders of the Masters in Entrepreneurship Program, the late Professor Ed Morato would say this, and now even the other professors and gurus would say this. So, anong ibig sabihin ng make yourself obsolete every day? Ibig sabihin, kung ano ka ngayon, hindi ka na ganoon bukas. Hindi ka na ganoon 1 week from now, 1 month from now, 1 year from now. Kasi, ang daming nagbabago sa paligid mo. Dati, walang AI. Dati, walang cellphone. Dati, walang internet. So, kung hindi ka nagbago, dun ka pa rin sa manual, paano na? Iwanan ka na ng panahon at baka pagising mo, wala ka ng negosyo. So, we believe that very much in the MENT program. Make yourself obsolete every day. Kaya, dun sa MENT program, we share what is relevant, what is needed by the entrepreneur. Because mind you, after AI, something else might come along and maapektuhan ang negosyo natin. So for the entrepreneurs who want to continuously grow, but also who want to maintain their businesses. Kasi knock on wood, baka bukas wala na. Yung BPO ngayon, apektado sila dahil sa AI. They are laying off agents kasi kaya nang sagutin ni AI. Hindi na kailangan sagutin ng call center agent. So paano pa kaya yung negosyo natin? The MENT program is for entrepreneurs who want to maintain their business, keep their business, and even maintain and keep the lifestyle that they have, aside from wanting to grow and develop their own self.
Wow, hindi lang pala wanting to grow, akala ko wanting to grow lang, no? Kasi nung kapanahunan namin, ang talagang iniisip lang namin mag-grow kasi pag establish na yung negosyo namin, more or less okay na. Tama, at this era ngayon na where everything changes so quickly, no? Lalo na with AI, baka secured tayo sa negosyo natin, no? Even sa e-commerce, maraming pinatay na negosyo, no? Kailan lang nag-umpisa, nag-boom ang e-com. So, maraming nangyayari at para maging relevant, importante pala na magpatuloy sa pag-aaral. And I like what you said, no, Prof. Chu, about malikot ang isip. Ang entrepreneurs ba ay malilikot ang isip? How do you define that? Ano ibig sabihin ng malikot ang isip?
Yan yung nakakatuwa, no? That's a very funny thing. If you ask people around you, if you ask other negosyante, other businessmen, other entrepreneurs, ang sasabihin nila malikot ang isip. And the first thing that comes to mind is, entrepreneur to kasi malikot ang isip kasi kung ano-anong idea na negosyo ang naiisip niya. Yun yung traditional na inisip natin. Ano yun ang dami niyang naisip na negosyo. Kakatayo pa lang ng isa, meron siyang naisip na 2-3 negosyo. So that is the traditional view of malikot ang isip. But when I was in the Master's Entrepreneurship Program, hindi naman ako ganun Hindi ako nakapag-isip ng 3, 4, 5 negosyo. Wala ako nun. Kundi ang naisip ko is paano palaguin ang negosyo. Ano ang mga ways na pwede kong palaguin ang negosyo, palakihin siya. Ano ang iba't ibang strategies na pwede kong i-implement. So mind you, hindi lang yun dahil papalaki natin yung negosyo, dapat malaki yung benta. Pero kasi at the end of the day, ang habol natin is kita, yung bottom line. Yung benta minus lahat ng gastusin. Kasi aanihin natin yung malaki ang benta kung malaki din gastusin. It doesn't make sense. So when I was a student, ang naisip ko is paano ko papalakihin yung kita. So it made me think of how many ways can I increase my sales and in how many ways can I lower or lessen my expenses without affecting the quality of business, the quality of service, and the quality of my products. So in that sense, nagiging malikot ang utak ko. So yun, Mami En, this is a very different way of looking at malikot ang utak, malikot ang isip.
Okay, thank you for that, Prof. Chu. So malikot ang isip. It can be interpreted in 2 ways. One is, sabi ni Prof. Chu, is madaming business ideas. Okay, iba-ibang klaseng negosyo ang naiisip. At another way na malikot ang isip is, ang daming way na naiisip kung paanong palaguin yung negosyo, paanong mabawasan ang expenses, paanong pagandahin ang takbo ng kanyang negosyo. So anak, kung ikaw ay malikot ang isip, by those definitions, entrepreneur ka nga, business owner ka nga, iba tayong mag-isip. Tayong mga business-minded people, we do not think in the same way. Kaya kung minsan nawiwirdohan sa atin yung ating mga friends na hindi negosyante. So, ganun talaga. Okay, balikan ko yung Q&A natin kay Prof. Chu, Most of the business owners I know ask me if they should take MBA classes. Yung iba may mga MBA degree na, pero not everybody have heard about the Master Entrepreneur Program. Can you explain the difference between an MBA and the Master Entrepreneur Program? Alin ba ang mas okay sa mga taong may negosyo na?
Allow me to explain it maybe in this way. Pilipino tayo, mahilig tayo sa basketball. Everybody knows Filipinos like basketball. I do not watch basketball but I know enough basketball to explain this. So many years ago, merong the best team ever led by Robert Jaworski. So kung alam niyo yung team na yon, you were already born then, It's Ginebra. Robert Jaworski was known as the playing coach. He was coaching the team and naglalaro pa siya habang may game. So notorious si Robert Jaworski. Now, bihira yung tao na kagaya ni Robert Jaworski na nagko-coach na siya, sinasabi niya, etong play ang gagawin natin, ikaw dito ka. At yung naglalaro pa siya sa loob ng game. Usually, sa basketball dati, may mga position sila. May point guard, merong shooter, etc. Yung tawag natin sa mga to, yung mga point guard, etc., sila ay mga specialista. Yung iba magaling mag-shoot, yung iba magaling mag-block, yung iba magaling mag-lead ng team. So, doon sila magaling. Pero, kung ikaw ay isang coach, hindi ka lang magaling sa isang bagay. Alam mo yung kakayahan ng mga tao na nasa team mo. Alam mo rin kung anong expected sa bawat isa sa kanila. Anong dapat ginagawa ng point guard, anong ginagawa dapat ng shooter, etc. Yung coach ang nakakakita saan yung magaling, saan malakas ang team. Nakikita rin niya doon sa kabilang team, yung kalaban, saan magaling ang kalaban, saan mahina. Sino yung mahina na player, sino yung malakas na player. At dumidiskarte siya. So, looking at an MBA and an ME, this is what it looks like. Pag may MBA ka, specialista ka, player ka, point guard ka, shooter ka, taga-block ka. Pero pag ME ka, ikaw si Robert Jaworski. Hindi ka lang marunong maglaro, marunong ka pang dumiskarte. At kaya mong i-assess yung sarili mong team at yung kalaban at makakome up ka with a winning play or a winning strategy. So that is the difference. Kasi bilang isang negosyante, some of you here negosyante, di ba? Some of you, regardless of kung anong size, micro, small, medium. Tingnan natin yung mga malalaking negosyo. Globe, LDT, Jollibee na lang. Sino ang hinahire nila? Ang may-ari, si Tony Tan Caktiong, di ba? Tan Mantiong, that family. They hire MBA. Bakit? Kasi specialista yung MBA. Mga specialista sa marketing, specialista sa finance, specialista sa operations, pero yung mga may-ari, alam nila kung ano ang dapat na ginagawa ng mga to, ng mga MBA. Alam nila kung anong i-expect nila sa kanila at alam nila kung anong i-require. So, bilang isang negosyante, dapat alam natin ang idea ng functions, kung tawagin, functions of marketing, operations, HR, and finance. Because we will now know who to hire. Sino ba ang magaling, sino ang hindi. Kaya nga yung iba, Mami N, sorry to say ha, yung mga ibang negosyante, kumukuha ng consultant, pero hindi nila alam kung ano yung hihingin or i-demand sa consultant. Kaya kung anong sasabihin ng consultant, oo na lang sila ng oo, only to find out after the engagement, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, hindi pala ito yung kailangan ko sa negosyo ko. Pero sayang yung pera, nagbayad na sila. But if you are a master entrepreneur, lahat ng ito tinuturo sa'yo. Marketing, HR, finance, operations. Yes, sa mga nanonood dito, you will learn about finance and accounting kahit ayaw nyo sa numbers. At huwag kayo mag-alala, hindi kayo magde-debit credit at magre-record nun. You just need to learn enough to know what to demand from your accounting personnel, from your finance personnel. So yun yung pinagkaiba ng MBA at ME. Ang Masters in Entrepreneurship program is there to equip the entrepreneur with enough knowledge so that they can demand from their team members. And then we hire team members who are experts, specialists, who have MBAs.
Yan, no? So tayo ang boss. Sorry lang ha sa mga may MBA, pasintabi po. Pero ang entrepreneur is the one who hires the people with MBA, no? Because they are specialists. Sa area nila, mas magaling sila kaysa sa entrepreneur. Pero ang importante sa entrepreneur ay alam niya kung sino yung hinahire niya, no? So Miss Chu and I just recently went to visit somebody who is an owner of a business who has been hiring consultants. Hire ng consultant, nagtatrust siya na yung consultant na na-hire niya, tama yung ginagawa. Pero we had to give him the advice na before you hire consultants, you should know what the area of specialization is about at ano yung mga kailangan mo sa negosyo mo. Hindi lang yung porke nag-hire ka ng consultant, mas magaling na siya sa iyo. Sometimes, on the business side, mas alam mo ang takbo ng negosyo dahil alam mo yung iba-ibang areas ng business. You know where the business is going, but then the specifics, the expertise, kung wala ka, mahihirapan kang mag-hire, no?
Yes.
We have another client. I had another client who used to hire consultants. At yung kanyang basis is magkikipag-contact siya, no? He would write to consultants and ask them how much is the fee. Tapos ang basis pa niya sa pagkuha ng consultant ay presyo. Kukunin niya yung pinakamura. Hindi ba tayo mga business owners gusto natin yung mura, yung mababa ang bayad? So the quality of consultants na nakukuha niya, hindi niya alam na walang masyadong alam. Pero dahil yun yung feel niya na yun lang ang gusto kong bayaran, then yun lang. Kaya instead na lumaki yung kanyang negosyo, hanggang doon lang, konti lang yung na-contribute ng consultant.
Yeah.
But if you belong to the Master Entrepreneur Program, you will be able to know kung ano yung quality of the consultant that you're trying to hire. Am I making sense, Prof. Chu?
Yeah.
Saying the right thing.
Yes. So, to add to what you're saying, Mami N, no, consultant want to do a good job. Sino ba naman ang ayaw? Bayad ka eh. Gusto mo maging masaya yung kliyente, di ba? Kahit tayo mga negosyante, gusto natin maging masaya yung mga kliyente natin. Minsan yung entrepreneur, kala niya ang problema ay letter A. So, yun yung sinabi niya kay consultant, di yun yung inayos ni consultant. Yun pala, ang totoong problema ay letter B. So, by the end of the day, pareho silang hindi masaya. Hindi masaya si entrepreneur, hindi masaya si consultant. Kasi ang inayos nila is letter A. Kailangan pala na ayusin is letter B. So, kung yung entrepreneur, alam niya kung ano yung problema, mas mapapadali din yung buhay ng consultant. Kasi sasabihin na lang niya sa consultant, kailangan ko ng salary scale, kailangan ko ng job description, kailangan ko ng salary matrix. Okay, edi gagawin na niya. Mas madali kasi pareho rin yung lengguwahe. You're speaking the same language, so nagkakaintindihan kayo.
So, going back to you, no, Prof. Chu, why did you choose Master Entrepreneur Program over the MBA program as well?
Well, the truth is, my plan was to take up a doctorate, to be a doctor, Doc Chu. in the future. So, originally, ang nirecommend sa akin is MBA. My mentor, one of my other mentors, na other from Mami N, sabi niya, sa totoo lang, Chu, hindi mo kailangan ng MBA. Kasi Business Administration and Accountancy graduate ka naman na eh. So, kung anong tinuturo sa MBA, alam mo na yun. Inaral mo na yun ng college. Pero ito kasi, itong MBA na to, mabilis to, maiksi lang. So, kunin mo na. Unfortunately, when I was going through the process of enrolling, I had to go back home to Zamboanga to help with the family family business because ang katiwala, the one I turned over the business to, the finance side, resigned. So, walang tutulong sa kila Mami N pagtingin sa mga finance. So, I needed to work on the business in Zamboanga, but I also wanted to take my master's kasi nga, the goal is to become a doctor. So, the MENT program presented itself because kahit na master's degree siya, hindi ko kailangan pumasok sa klase araw-araw. Kung tutuusin, every other week lamang yung class. And it's only 2 to 3 days every other week. So at that time, it was still face-to-face. So I would fly to Manila every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks just to attend classes. And that's how I ended up in the ME program. So I did not sacrifice anything. I did not sacrifice the business. And I did not sacrifice my dream of becoming a doctor.
Yeah, so looking back, was that a good choice? Was that something that you regret?
I joined the ME program in 2014. That was 11 years ago. If you ask me, I think that was the best decision I ever made because all my classmates were entrepreneurs. Lahat sila negosyante. Lahat sila naintindihan nila yung pinagdadaanan ko. And iba't ibang klaseng negosyante kami, iba't ibang industriya. So we are in jewelry, we're jewelry retail. Someone owned the chain of pharmacy stores. Someone owned the chain of motorcycle stores. They sell motorcycle. And then merong creatives. Meron naman negosyo nila furniture. Meron naman negosyo nila nagsusupply sila ng children's clothes sa Shoemart, sa SM Department Store. And we were from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So, iba't ibang klaseng negosyo, pero pare-pareho yung pinagdadaanan namin. So, relate na relate. Ang nakakatawa pa, most of us came from family businesses. So, yung mga pinagdadaanan namin with parents, grandparents, and even working with employees or team members who used to see us as little children, ayun, relate na relate talaga kami. So, I never regretted joining the MENT program because I truly felt that I belonged. And until now, I still am in touch with my classmates.
Oh, so Prof. Chu, what I'm hearing from you is that sa program MENT, do you call it MNT? MNT
MENT.
MENT. So from the MENT program pala, you don't learn to be the overall playing coach of your business. You also start to belong to a network. Marami kang makikilalang mga negosyante na pwede mong makausap dahil pareho kayo, you are like-minded business owners, no?
Yes.
And you talk business at a high level. And there are people who were able to end up as suppliers, customers, sa isa't isa. Nagtutulungan ba kayo ng ganon?
In our batch, because of the composition of the different businesses, I think yung iba naging supplier-client. Yes, we were a client of one classmate. One of my classmates, she was making uniforms. So siya yung gumawa ng uniform natin. Hanggang ngayon, suot pa rin ng mga nasa store. And that is 11 years ago. A few years, I think 2 years ago, we have one student who is an accounting firm. He's a CPA. He owns an accounting firm. And 75% of his classmates' financial statements, siya yung nag-ayos. Some of them had zero financial statements. So imagine that. In less than 1 year, he had to produce financial statement because that is a requirement of the program. Kasi at the end of the day, kaya tayo naging negosyo kasi gusto natin kumita. Nag-invest tayo, kailangan may balik ang pera. Kung wala tayong financial statement, paano na natin malalaman kung may balik o wala? So, he ended up serving them, and now when I have students who are struggling with their financial statements, I refer to him and he already knows what is expected. So, MENT levels agad ang financial statement. So, it happens.
Wow, no? So, yung pala ang benefits, no? You not only learn, you also meet friends who are gonna be your partners, who are gonna be your suppliers, and probably your customers, no? So, that's the blessing of joining that program na puro kayo like-minded. Okay, my third question, Prof. Chu, no? Let's talk about the practical details. How long ba talaga ang MENT? Dahil busy kami sa pag-aaral ng negosyo, tapos kailangan pa namin mag-aral. Online ba ito or face-to-face? Kailangan ba namin pumunta dyan sa Rockwell? And ano ba teaching style? Baka naman maraming exam, no? Hindi na namin kayang mag-memorize. Puro lecture ba to? Or hands-on, practical ba? How does it go? Can you enlighten us?
The beauty of the MENT program is it takes into consideration what an entrepreneur is, how an entrepreneur operates, and it understands what an entrepreneur goes through. Huwag po kayong mag-alala, hindi ito parang traditional na school na yung may assignment, may quiz, kailangan may submit every day. Wala pong ganyan. So, it's designed in such a way na meron tayong babasahin. May readings and then there are cases. So, cases are examples of kung anong pinagdadaanan ng mga negosyo. Ang kagandahan sa mga cases na ito, 75% are Philippines-based, meaning these are real Philippine enterprises. Their experience in in business, which is very relatable for us. Kasi bakit naman tayo magbabasa ng mga experience ng mga negosyante na nasa abroad, nasa Amerika, nasa Europe, iba naman yung style nila doon sa pagnenegosyo at iba yung environment. So, ang tinitingnan natin yung mga negosyo na dito sa Pilipinas. So, there are 18 months. It's a course for 18 months divided into 3 modules. Module 1, Module 2, Module 3. Each module is 6 months each. At the end of each module, meron tayong isasubmit na paper. Yes, you heard it right. You only submit 1 paper every 6 months. That's it. Kung magbabasa kayo ng case o hindi, nasa sa inyo yon. Kung magbabasa kayo ng readings o hindi, nasa sa inyo yon. Pero kailangan nyo mag-submit ng paper at the end of each module. But don't worry, because your first module, you do an external assessment. You understand what happens in the environment. The second module, you do an internal assessment. You understand how your enterprise works, how your negosyo works. And then the last module, pag pinagsama-sama natin lahat, yung paper ng module 1 at module 2, meron po tayong 5-year business plan. You leave the MENT program with a 5-year business plan that you will implement in the next 5 years. Ibig sabihin, alam na natin anong gagawin natin sa negosyo. Hindi yung at the start of the year, January or end December, titingala tayo tapos mag-iisip, anong gagawin ko next year? Or mag-iisip tayo, ano yung target ko next year? Next month? Next year, June, magkano kaya benta ko? Walang ganon. Kasi, with the 5-year business plan, klaro na, ano yung mga sales targets natin for the next 5 years? Klaro na, magkano yung kikitain natin for the next 5 years? At klaro na rin, ilang tao ang kailangan natin sa negosyo. So, the 5-year business plan is practically your roadmap on how to run your business. And from there, you can hire consultants left and right. You can even outsource some of the things that have to be done. But nonetheless, klaro, may direction na. Ang estudyante or ang entrepreneur ang nag-decide sa direction na yon. So, going back, no, the class is usually held here in Rockwell Power Plant, Makati. Ateneo has a building there. That's where the Ateneo Graduate School of Business is. During my time, pure face-to-face kami. Pero dahil nag-pandemic, nagbago. Oo, during pandemic, may Masters in Entrepreneurship program pa rin, MENT. Nagtuturo pa rin po ako noon. But we moved to pure online. There was a batch that they were pure online. Right now, it's 50-50. 50% online, 50% face-to-face. The first 20 days is face-to-face here in Ateneo in Rockwell. And then, every other week, may classes siya. Some are face-to-face, some are online. So, hindi nyo na kailangan lumipat. It's normally every 2 weeks, 2 to 3 days. Critical lang yung first 20 days kasi kinikilala pa natin yung mga klase natin, kinikilala pa kayo ng teachers ninyo, and then, yun yung foundation. Because, believe me, when I say this, in the first 20 days, you can already spot an opportunity. And if you implement that opportunity, you can even earn your tuition fee back within the 18 months. Somebody earned back their tuition fee in 6 months. I earned back my tuition fee in 5 months. So, yun yung peg.
Yeah, no? So, there are so many business opportunities. I recommended a friend, no? Yung kanyang anak. They have a manpower agency.
Our agency, nationwide.
Yeah, she has a manpower agency. Her name is Camille. And sabi ni Camille, naku, 6 months, bawi niya na yung kanyang tuition. Dahil yung kanyang mga classmates, naging clients niya, nag-provide siya ng manpower services. So, hindi lang yun ang talagang the learning itself, no? I mean, the first 6 months, it is the external environment. In other words, tuturuan tayo na tumingin kung anong opportunities meron sa labas, no? You will be taught how to spot opportunities outside. That's the first 6 months. Next 6 months is titingnan mo yung iyong sariling negosyo. Kaya ko ba to? Paano ko ba to mai-strengthen ang aking negosyo para ma-meet itong mga opportunities? Alin ba ang para sa akin? Ima-match natin so that the last 6 months, yon, doon ka gagawa ng plano at susuportahan ka ng iyong mga gurus. There are many gurus who can support you, hindi lang si Prof. Chu, no? Yeah? Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, I didn't mention it. So let me explain. So the MENT program come in by batch. So each batch has a what we call guru or mentor. Yung guru na yun, siya yung in charge sa batch na yan. And the students can message the guru anytime. Message, email, call, coffee, kung ano man. They can message about business problems, business questions. They can even message about yung nangyayari sa class, even personal life. Minsan may mga nagko-consult pa. So this guru, you will have access to this guru for 18 months. And this is for free kasi kasama na yun sa tuition. Yung iba naman, maliban sa lead guru, ang main guru, meron pa silang associate guru or assistant guru. So, ito rin ang nagbabantay sa class. So, parang babysitter ng class. So, in effect, each batch is being watched over by a guru and an associate guru. And they can be your consultants for free because ang rule sa amin sa MENT program is, if you're a guru or lead guru, you cannot charge the students as long as they are enrolled in the ME program. How fast you reply, that's a different thing altogether. Pero you have access to that. So each batch has a guru. Then 18 months, right? 18 months is a total of 90 days of classes in 18 months. So each day na nagtuturo, pag finance, itong teacher lang. Pag HR, itong teacher lang. Di ba ganun tayo nung college? Dito hindi. Pwedeng HR, 3 tao, 2 tao magtuturo. So you are exposed to 2 different ways of thinking if 2 tao yun. Kung ang finance, 3 tao nagtuturo, you're exposed to 3 different ways of thinking about finance. So that makes it so interesting kasi hindi ka na maghahanap sa labas kung sinong papakinggan mo. Yung lineup mismo ng ME program, it already exposes you to different ways of thinking about business. And each of the lecturers, we call them lecturers, also has a different way of thinking. Before I forget, Mami N, one thing about the MENT program is this. All lecturers, all gurus are entrepreneurs. If you are not an entrepreneur, you cannot teach. How can an employee teach an entrepreneur? Kasi iba naman yung pinagdadaanan ng isang negosyante. Hindi naman nakaka-relate yung empleyado. So, imagine this 90 days, you have access to your classmates who are entrepreneurs, you have access to your guru and your associate guru who are entrepreneurs, and you have access to the lecturers who are also entrepreneurs. Hindi ba bombarded ka na with, grabe, ibang klase mag-isip tong mga to. And they come from various businesses, various industries, various sizes of businesses. Running a business, being an entrepreneur is the same no matter what business you are in. The principles are the same. Management, leadership, finance, HR, sales, pare-pareho lang yan. Kahit magkaiba yung negosyo. Yung prinsipyo niyan hindi nagbabago. Nagbabago lang yung negosyo. So, kung anong matutunan mo sa classmate mo, kunwari kami, retail, jewelry, yung classmate ko sa food, may natutunan ako doon, pwede kong i-apply yun sa negosyo ko eh. Because it works. It works. If we have many businesses, you go there, you enroll one business, whatever you learn, you can apply in your other business.
Yeah. So, thank you for that, Prof. Chu, no? So, how many batches na ang na-handle mo since you started teaching in the program? And what have you observed? Ano ba yung composition? Anong klaseng estudyante yung nandoon? Baka naman ako ay too old or ako ay too young, no? Are they single or married? What type of businesses are they in? And how has the program helped them in growing their business?
I've been teaching since 2016. So when I started teaching, I taught in batch 17. Now, I'm teaching batch 31. So that's 15 batches. Teaching meaning lecturer ako, hindi pa ako guru. So I normally teach finance and accounting because that is my happy place. But in the past 9 years of teaching, I have been associate guru for 3 batches. Meaning, ako yung naging babysitter or nag-alaga ng mga batch. And I have a boss who is the lead guru. Currently, I am the lead guru for MENT batch 31, my current students now. So ang napansin ko sa mga estudyante, 75% of them come from family businesses. They are either second generation, third generation, namana nilang negosyo. Yung iba naman, ang tawag natin sa kanila ay founders. They started the business and it's still them running the show. Ages can vary. The oldest in one class, I had pari yung estudyante ko.
Oh.
Pari siya, he's around 50 plus.
Mm.
Yes, pari ha. Maniwala kayo, may pari kami naging estudyante at nag-graduate na siya. Tapos na niya yung course. So we've had 50-year-olds, 55-year-olds. There was one student, first generation siya yung founder. Sabi niya sa mga professors, hindi ko kaya yan, yung magbabasa, hindi ko kaya magsulat, hindi naman ako magaling dyan. Magaling lang ako magnegosyo. So ang ginawa, pinayagan siya na i-enroll yung anak niya or ipasok yung anak niya kasi yung anak yung tagagawa ng mga papers ng every module. So age is not a deterrent. The youngest I've had is 24, 25. So male, female, other gender, mixed, iba-iba.
And what type of businesses other than family businesses? So, family businesses, so ano, may retail ba? Meron bang franchisors? Mga ganon?
So, yes, in terms of industry, marami. So, construction, mga contractor. Yes, we have contractors there. We also have retail. We have retail of cosmetics, personal care products, clothing, footwear, bags. We also have food. Maraming food. Food, either coffee shop, restaurant, or they produce their own food and they supply it to other businesses, no, B2B or B2C. Nabanggit ko na si accounting firm. We had someone who had a law firm. We have someone who had a creative agency. We have someone na yung negosyo niya is mga billboard, pero hindi sa Manila, sa ibang lugar. So yun, yung isang negosyo niya. Yung isa naman, ang negosyo niya, fishing. They had a fish farm. Doon din sa probinsya, hindi dito sa Manila. Yung iba, coffee ang negosyo. May mga franchisees. May franchisees of the fast food chains. Meron din tayo noon. So pag franchisee kayo, pwede rin kayong mag-join. Then we also had school schools, universities. We have skincare clinic. We even have furniture makers. So, klase-klaseng negosyo. Meron kaming dalawang estudyante ngayon that are influencers. I didn't know that they were influencers when I was in class kasi syempre, yung pinag-usapan natin negosyo. Pero, yung negosyo na in-enroll nila, hindi yung pagiging influencer, kundi yung skincare product nila. And their skincare line is purely e-commerce. So, yeah, we have poultry, printing, publishing ng books. Yung isa, large-scale printing Yung mga parang tarpaulin pero bigger scale. Yan.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Chu. I'd like to plug lang yung aming book. No? If you want a roadmap to grow your business with clarity and confidence, grab my book, Grow Your Business Pinoy. Okay, so my next question is, Prof. Chu, you mentioned a little bit na, pero alam mo naman that most of the people who come to me, ang pinakamalaking challenge nila sa kanilang negosyo is managing people. May mga nagnanakaw, no, sa empleyado nila, may nagko-complain, merong mga nagdi-disappear na lang, nag-ghost or leaving without notice. So, how does the MENT program help us, people with those type of problems, solve these real-life problems, no? Ano yung pwede nating matutunan that we can use right away sa aming negosyo?
One is you can discuss your problems in class and ask the professor, the lecturer, the guru, and then your classmates will help you answer it or the lecturer will help you answer it. Second, merong socials. Yung ibang mga estudyante, pag after class, they hang out. That's where they open up. That's where they're more relaxed and they discuss business problems and they learn from each other. The third is, because it's people problem, it's part of the human resources function. How we deal with people, how we manage our people, how we make them happy, etc. So in the MENT program, we have a framework for HR. It's called the 8 R's of HR, where you will be taught what are the basic principles of HR and what can be done to address your HR problem. So other ways of learning.
Okay, thank you for that, no, Prof. Chu. Let's talk about investment. How much does the program cost and what do we get for that investment? What's in it for me? Parang ganun.
Well, I think sa what's in it for me, sa dami na ng kwento ko na nag-gets nyo naman siya, di ba? So you're learning from the guru, the lecturers, your fellow classmates, and because everybody is an entrepreneur, hindi ito teorya, hindi ito libro. Bibili ka ng libro, tapos basahin mo, yun na yun. What you learn from them is real life experience. For example, sila magsasabi na, okay, how to deal with DOLE, how to deal with BIR. Itong ginawa ko. Itong ginawa ko. Itong ginawa ko. Ilan dito sa atin ay may mga kaibigan negosyante, pero hindi sila nag-share tungkol sa negosyo. Hindi nila sinasabi yung problema nila sa negosyo. Hindi rin sila nag-share kung paano nila nasolusyonan yung problema nila sa negosyo. Ako, may mga friends ako na negosyante, pero hindi namin pinag-uusapan yun. Kasi wala, hindi siya normal na pag-uusapan. Pero pagdating sa MENT program, people are willing to share and help because they know how difficult it is to be in that kind of situation. So marami tayong mapupulot, no? And network you create, it will be with you for so many years. At maliban pa doon, merong mga gatherings ng mga alumni. So makikilala nyo pa yung mga alumni ng previous batches. And who knows, meron kayong pwedeng makilala doon na future business supplier, potential customer or client, or even a future business partner. Now, we go to the investment.
Yeah.
Siyempre, sina po natin na you get what you pay for. It's 18 months with so many lecturers and all. The investment in the ME program is 450,000. Divided by the number of days, 90 days, kinompute ko na siya, parang 5,000 pesos per day lang. So, imagine niyo 5,000 pesos per day. One day is 8 hours. May lecture ka na, may access ka pa sa guru, may access ka pa sa lecturer, may access ka pa sa estudyante. Wala na pong 5,000 pesos seminar ngayon. Ngayon na for 8 days with all of those benefits. If you are just an audience, your classmates will not even share with you. So, ganun lang siya. Now, before you react, dahil entrepreneur to, sigurado ako magtatanong yung mga entrepreneur, wala bang payment options? Wala bang flexible payment options? So there is. You can either choose to pay upfront and get a discount, or you can pay using post-dated checks. So, you pay a base amount and then the remaining 18 months, you pay in post-dated checks na ibibigay nyo na sa school. So, yun yung 450. Yung pag merong post-dated checks. Pag mag-cash kayo, I think it's around 420,000. Pwede na, di ba? Mag-post-dated na lang ako.
I'd like to remind you na Prof. Chu said siya nabawi niya yung kanyang binayad in just 5 months. Yan, no? And I tell you that yung friend ko, yung anak niya, si Camille, was able to bawi yung kanyang binayad in 6 months. months. Kasi dun sa idea, si Prof. Chu, sa klase pa lang, in 5 months, meron siyang nakuhang idea sa external analysis pa lang at dun sa first 6 months pa lang na in-apply niya sa negosyo namin. At dahil doon, you wanna talk about it, Prof?
Yeah, can I share about that? So, in the first 20 days, diba? 20 days, nag-aral kami, and then nakita ko yung opportunity na to. Naalala ko yan, kinikwento ko to, alam yan ni Mami N, at alam yan ng ibang tao. So, I presented this opportunity. Sabi ko, Mami N, look, this opportunity. Then sabi niya, maraming problema yan. Ito. May problema lahat. Wala. Ang dami talagang problema ng opportunity na yon. But dahil panganay ako, at well, I'm also an entrepreneur, pinilit ko yung idea ko. Our classes started in August. By September, tinry ko siya. October, fully implemented. Before December, nabawi ko na yung tuition. And that was 2014. It is now 2026. And that one idea is still being implemented until now. And it is contributing to 10% of our sales. One idea, 12 years. Think about it.
Yeah. So, nabawi na, tapos yung ROI tuloy-tuloy pa, no? So, that's only one idea. And there are other ideas that, alam nyo ba, after Prof. Chu, kasi si Prof. Chu, nung nag-enroll siya sa MENT program, kasi at that time, marami kaming business. Sabi niya, Ma'am, I need free hand here. Hindi pwedeng ikaw ang magde-decision dito, tapos ako mag-e-enroll lang. Kailangan i-implement ko lahat ng mga matututunan ko. Sabi ko, sige, ikaw na. Sige, gawin mo na kung anong gusto mo, kung anong tinuturo ng mga professor mo, mga guro ninyo. So, hinawakan niya yung marketing, hinawakan niya yung isang department, tapos yung isa, until finally, ang saya namin dahil nakapag-retire na kami at naipasa na namin sa kanya yung aming negosyo. Dahil hinawakan niya na lahat under the guidance of the gurus in the program. Yan yung kwento kung bakit nakapag-turnover ng aming mga negosyo. Yan. Meron pa pala akong last question. Prof. Chu, I know you have answered this na, pero I just ask it again. There are many entrepreneurship programs out there. So what makes the Ateneo Master Entrepreneur Program different? And why should BC business owners invest their time and money in this program instead of just watching YouTube or just reading books?
Well, you can learn a lot from YouTube and reading books. That is clear. The challenge with YouTube and reading books is nasaan yung practical experience para sa specific na situation mo. In 18 months, you will encounter different situations in your business. Not just you in the business, but also you as a leader. You as a person. Believe me, in 18 months, pati kayo magbabago. Kung ano ka, nung pumasok ka, after 18 months, parang hindi mo na makikilala yung sarili mo. Because in the Master in Entrepreneurship Program, we teach 3 masteries. Master of the environment, kung ano nangyari sa labas ng negosyo. Master of the enterprise, kung ano nangyayari sa loob ng negosyo. At ang pangatlo, na hindi tinuturo sa ibang Master in Entrepreneurship Program, ang Mastery of the Entrepreneur. Self-mastery. So, hindi lamang ito, negosyo-negosyo lang pag-uusapan. Kundi ikaw, anong klaseng entrepreneur ka? What do you stand for? Who are you as a leader? What is your leadership style? And we even ask the difficult questions. Kagaya nito, mahirap tong tanong. Kaya ba ganito ang negosyo ko? Hindi okay dahil ba sa akin bilang negosyante? Aray ko. Masakit na tanong yun. Pero tinatanong yun. And nangyari na rin sa mga estudyante, yung iba nagsabi, kaya hindi nag-grow yung business dahil sa kanila. And they have to turn over the leadership to someone else. So the Master in Entrepreneurship Program in Ateneo, not only longest running Master in Entrepreneurship Program ito, the program has been there for many decades. Second, only entrepreneurs teach in the program. Pag hindi ka entrepreneur, hindi ka pwede magturo. And then third, we look at it from the 3 masteries. Masteries of the environment, the enterprise, and self-mastery. So that is what makes it different. Walang startup kasi hindi nga pareho yung pangangailangan ng startup at existing business. Yung kanina na nag-share na 30 years na siya sa negosyo niya, iba na yung problema niya. Pagkaklase mo startup, anong pag-uusapan nyo? Hindi naman kayo makarelate. Yun.
Yeah, and I think number 4 will be the cases.
The cases where they are really local. So the cases are from our students, some are from other businesses. Yung ibang case, napaka-familiar. Minsan pag binabasa niyo siya, nandun yung pangalan, kung ano yung negosyo na yun, and it's very relatable.
Yeah. One thing though, no, sa YouTube, we have YouTube videos, no? You can learn from the YouTube videos. Kaya lang, that's only our videos. Marami po sa YouTube University, ang tawag namin YouTube University, ay magagaling na mga teachers. Kaso, yung kanilang mga kwento ay tungkol sa negosyo sa ibang bansa na hindi naman applicable sa atin. Yun ang problema. Tapos, marami din ang mga nagtuturo sa YouTube na negosyo-negosyo lang. It's not about really helping entrepreneurs grow. Some of them nga, some of them, I don't want to mention names, pero they don't have any experience at all. Nagbasa lang sila ng libro, nag-attend lang ng seminar, nag-YouTube videos na sila. So, look for people who can teach you na talagang experienced in the Philippines. Sometimes sa YouTube, when you learn, sabi nitong isang guru ganito, sabi nitong another influencer ganito. If you keep on watching, the more malilito tayo dahil hindi natin alam kung applicable. So, I would suggest that you enroll. Wala po akong commission dito. I just want you to know. Because I really believe in this program. I believe it's so much that I have 5 kids. Alam niyo naman, si eldest is Prof. Chu. My youngest is just 30 years old. And the youngest also joined ME batch siya, no? And he transformed his business. Ang business niya is purely online.
ME27.
ME27, no? Ibang-iba na siya ngayon because he's a lot more matured compared to when he joined the ME program. Kasi he was just in his 20s when he joined it. When he graduated, 29 yata siya noon, no? Okay, so there. I think we are done. Nasagot na natin lahat. Yeah. So, Prof. Chu, my dear daughter, thank you very much for these valuable insights, no? So, do you have any final words for our viewers?
Again, thank you, Mommy N, for allowing me to be here and to share what I know and what I've experienced in the MENT program with your audience and with your followers. If there's one thing that I would like to leave you with is make yourself obsolete every day. I learned it from my mentor, Prof. Edmo, and my other mentor, Prof. Andy Ferreria. Make yourself obsolete every day. That is the only way you will survive in this world. That is the only way you will thrive in this world. Whether in business or whether in your personal life, make yourself obsolete every day. Remember this one last thing. No one has a monopoly on knowledge. So it means we do not know everything. We can learn from anyone and everyone. And that is how we can make ourselves obsolete every day. So thank you again for this opportunity.
So you are very, very welcome. I don't know if you would like to guest again, but probably in the future, we will invite you again. So anyway, madaming nagtatanong, how do we get more information about the program? So to connect with Prof. Chu and to learn more about the Ateneo Master Entrepreneurship Program, you can see the link in the chat and the comment section. Post naman, no? And if there's anything that you learned, no? Alam kong maraming nagte-thank you kay Prof. Chu, but I think she will be more honored if you can type lang at least one takeaway. What is your biggest takeaway that you learned from Prof. Chu today? So thank you very much for engaging, no? All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. So until then, until next week, please join us again. So until then, keep shining and keep being business-minded Pinoy.
It's time to shine. Lights are on, the phones are bright. A digital stage filled with light.